Why Obsidian works long term, not short term. Obsidian is often disappointing in the first few days. It feels empty, unfinished, and honestly a bit boring. But months later, it starts to feel different, almost like it's thinking with you. In this video, I'll explain why Obsidian works long term, not short term, and why it's exactly what makes it powerful. Now, the problem with most apps is that most apps try to impress you immediately. So they use their dashboard, the templates, the automation, but Obsidian doesn't have that. That is because Obsidian isn't built to give instant results. It's built to grow with use. So if you expect any quick wins, Obsidian will feel very underwhelming. So as you can see over here on Obsidian, you don't have any impressive dashboards and you don't have any templates in here because for the template section, it fails to list the templates and you have to set up your templates on your own. You can get some template plugins, but those are going to be limited as well. So for the template section, you don't have any fancy or very convenient templates like you do in other apps. You don't have any flashy dashboards here, and you absolutely don't have any automation in here either. So that is not available. And because Obsidian doesn't have that, because that is not what Obsidian is about. Obsidian is not about thinking for you. It doesn't do the thinking for you. It doesn't provide any ideas for you. You are on your own in Obsidian, and Obsidian takes all that distraction away from you so that you can think and you can capture your ideas. Obsidian provides a space which does not distract you. It provides you free space to think and write without any kind of distraction. And with that, it also takes your focus away from organization and organizing your notes into really aesthetic and very vibrant and pleasing looking folders and all of that. So it also takes your mind away from all of that and it brings you to a much softer, neater, clean, and organized, focused setup where you can focus only on the writing. So that is what Obsidian focuses on, and that is why it does not include any of those things. And that is really why it can seem boring at first and it can be pretty underwhelming. But once you get to know this space, then you are really going to enjoy it and you're really going to be content with it. So Obsidian, you can see, is a little bit empty, and it is empty on purpose. So when you open a new Obsidian vault, there is no structure. I can show you a new one. So here you have a very new vault. It is very empty. There is barely any setup. So there is no structure. There is no guidance over here. And there's also no right way of using this. So this isn't a bad design, actually. This is intentional. So Obsidian assumes that your thinking is very unique and your system should emerge naturally. So you'll shape that system over time. Now, short-term tools give answers, but long-term tools give space. So you need to consider that. And Obsidian is a long-term tool, and that is why it is giving you the space to learn and grow and to create your own unique system. So all this empty space is here for you, and the way you create your folders, the kind of folders you create, and the notes that you make, and how you put them in different folders, and what style you want to go for. So that is why this is absolutely blank, so that you can be in control of everything here. And no app is going to decide that for you. You're going to have your own system. You're going to be in absolute control, and you're going to have your own unique way of thinking, planning, and organizing. Long-term value that you actually want here from Obsidian comes from writing and not from any features. So Obsidian's value isn't plugins or themes, although you do have a lot of plugins. If you go here, you can view them on Obsidian. So here you have a lot of plugins that you can choose from. You can also use the themes for Obsidian, but that is not where Obsidian's value is placed. Obsidian's value comes from writing ideas in your own words, in revisiting your old notes, and in linking your thoughts over time. These things don't feel useful immediately, but they compound quietly. And when you create those links, like this link over here, so if I click on this, you see that you have this link, and all these links created are going to be useful over time, and they're going to compound quietly. The links need time to matter as well. So these links, when you create them, they're not all going to matter right away, but you want to keep creating those links as you go. So I'm going to show you the links in another vault. Now here you have a lot of links, but still these are very few. These notes are not very useful and meaningful notes yet. And they're just plain notes, and some of them are absolutely useless. But you have a really big system here, interconnected system, and you have a lot of links here. And a lot of these links actually really don't even matter. But over time, when you keep developing, when you keep taking notes and you go over the thought process and all the knowledge, and you start making decisions and you start developing opinions, then these links are really going to matter and all these notes are going to matter. So in the beginning, the links do feel pointless and the graph view looks a little empty, but months later, the patterns start to appear and the ideas resurface naturally. So you're going to start noticing patterns when the clusters start to appear, and then you're also going to see some ideas, some new ideas emerging from all of those notes and links, and they're going to resurface naturally on their own. So the connections that you didn't plan are going to emerge. Obsidian's linking system is designed for memory and not for aesthetics. So this system is designed basically for memory, for the access of older notes, for accessing your notes through the links, looking at any notes that have been left out, connecting them over time, developing newer connections every day, connecting your older notes to newer nodes, and that is the kind of memory that Obsidian's linking system is designed for. And that is why you're not really going to find any aesthetics in Obsidian over here. So it might look a little boring. And same goes for the daily notes that you take on a daily basis. So if you go over here and open up your daily note, you're going to see that you can create a lot of daily notes every day. You can be taking notes and notes and notes, and some notes could be useful, some could not be useful, but those daily notes are going to pay off later. So remember to keep taking your daily notes. They're going to pay off later and not directly, right after a week or two, or right after you've taken them the next day. They're not going to pay off like that. The daily notes feel boring at first as well, but over the time, what they're going to become is a record of decisions. So they're going to become a record of decisions. You're going to place them in your archives, and when you go view them, you're going to see a record of a log of honest decision making that you did. And you're also going to have these notes are going to become a log of thinking. They're going to become a reflection tool overall. So as you go through your notes, you're going to see that over time, they're not going to become decisions and logs and reflection tools over time. You need to keep taking those daily notes, which are going to feel boring, but over time, they're going to become a record of decisions and a log of thinking and a proper reflection tool, but that is only going to happen over time. You don't notice their value day to day, but weeks later, they're invaluable. Now, the thing with Obsidian is that it rewards consistency and not intensity. So using Obsidian intensely for a week is not going to change much. Using it lightly every day will bring change. So why this happens is because the notes actually age over time, the context accumulates, and understanding deepens. Obsidian is built for slow and steady use, and that is why you need the notes to age and the context to accumulate over time, and that is really going to deepen the understanding. So when all of this keeps developing and your notes keep developing over time as well, that is when your understanding is going to deepen, because you're going to start seeing patterns and you're going to conclude things from that, and you're going to make opinions, you're going to make decisions, and you're going to apply those opinions and decisions onto your projects. And that is how the whole system is going to develop. And that is going to happen over time, very slowly and with steady use. Exactly what Obsidian is built for. So a lot of people quit too early with Obsidian, and most people quit Obsidian because they expect productivity hacks. They try to recreate Notion over here on Obsidian. They over optimize way too early, and they don't see immediate results. So you need to understand with Obsidian, you're not going to see immediate results. And this is not Notion, and this is not a place where you can put in a lot of plugins and you can start over optimizing it. This is a slow and steady process. So you need to remember that Obsidian isn't broken, it's just not short-term focused. And if that is not something you're looking for, then Obsidian is not the place for you. Obsidian is absolutely not short-term focused. It is focused on long-term results. Obsidian is for you and it's going to work for you if you are looking for long-term development. You want to develop knowledge over long term. You want to have years of data and you want to store your notes for months and months. And you want to really, you're someone patient who really wants to work on building their knowledge. Then you are going to benefit from Obsidian. Obsidian works best for writers, for researchers, for knowledge workers, strategists, and lifelong learners. So if your work involves thinking, Obsidian pays off over time. Obsidian isn't exciting in the beginning, and that is the whole point. It is a tool that grows as you grow, it learns as you write, and reflects your thinking back to you. So short-term tools do boost output, but long-term tools improve how you think. And that is why Obsidian works best with patients because it is focused on improving how you think.